First of all, I just want to say, everybody watching, welcome to Mestre Vibes. Sorry for the last minute cancellation on YouTube. It seems on YouTube, they just changed the rules and you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers, which I don't have yet. And we need to grow the YouTube channel. So don't forget, if you like today's broadcast that I'm doing here on Facebook, please go to Mestre Vibes on YouTube and click subscribe, like, share, and put your comments, because I think it's really important that we have mature and intellectual conversation about the world we're in today. Okay, here we go. Oh, Angel, thanks a lot. So it's working. Please feel free to comment. I'll try to do as best I can. As an educator, I think the best for me is I'm going to give you guys what I have. Then as you're writing, I'll try to go back on the comments and try to answer questions as best as possible. I wrote notes so I could be very organized. So I'll do my best to keep the conversation on track and my best to give you my best, right? Because that's really all I can do. So today's topic, right, is mestreing. I like saying that in English. Mestre, master, right? Mestreing. Mestreing in 2020 and beyond. Okay. So what I want to share with you guys is basically, first I want to say thank you everybody for all your support over the last few months. It's been really, people are sending emails and I'm not used to it because it catches your attention. So I just really want to say thank you very much. And to everybody who is suffering during this pandemic, my heart goes out to you. I hope that everybody's families are safe and that everybody's healthy and that everyone is surviving this crazy new world we live in. So what I'm doing is talking about how I am organizing myself to move forward in this new world, right? We have a new world, right? The post-pandemic, or now the pandemic. I saw the numbers are higher in America. So I can only talk about my experience here in Japan and how I'm doing. Okay, first and foremost, I want to say, and this is very clear, I am a professional instructor of capoeira. What I mean by this is how I pay for everything. I don't have a side hustle. I don't have a side job. I don't teach at the university and then at night teach capoeira. This, and first and foremost, is my job. So I have to take this 100% serious. If I don't, then my family doesn't eat. I don't pay the rent. Okay? So this is where a lot of this stuff is coming from. Hey, Emmanuel, nice to hear from you. Okay. What did I have to do to get ready for where I am now and where I'm going to take things forward? Most important is to understand you have to have a plan. A lot of people seem to have just, sent me email and they were just waiting. Like, oh, things are hard. What can I do? Oh, the pandemic's doing this. Yes, it is. It's affecting everybody. I'm going to show you guys how it affected me, but how also I'm doing things to be able to move forward and to be ready. Okay? So here's the process. Right now, up until now, what do I have? Basically, I have Samba de Sereia, Brazilian live house that we opened a year and 8 months ago, and Capoeira Zoador Academy here in Tokyo, something that I've been growing for the last 17 years, and since 1999, my capoeira group here. The third project that I had that was really growing well before the pandemic of COVID-19, I was really growing, was an events company. As a professional artist and performer here in Asia for the last 20 years, I've been really blessed with making a lot of good contacts. So I created Artist Connect, and this is a way for people who know me and people who want to hire professional artists that they don't have access to. We had everything from jazz, we had samba, mariachis, Cuban music, everything, and I love to do it. So all of that stopped. All the contracts, every single thing stopped. So that was the third business that I was working on and growing, but it stopped. So for about a few minutes, I sat there and I said, what do I have to do? Okay. before I get into that, I want to talk about where I am now. Okay. So now, Capoeira Zoador Academy is back. We are being really safe. We are not pretending that the pandemic is over. We are being super safe. I got kids in here and it's 30 degrees outside, Celsius, which is, I'm not sure, but it's almost 90 or more 100 degrees, and they're wearing masks. We have the ventilation going. We have the fans going. We have everything to keep everybody safe. In Japan, the stay at home, it was called a stay at home here. It wasn't a lockdown. So the stay at home here was so we would be safe because most people here in Japan were careful. And because of that, we're having really low numbers of corona or COVID-19 virus reports. So hopefully we can keep that going. I'm doing my best at the restaurant and here to keep it very under control. Okay, so that's starting to grow and come back. The restaurant, Samba Stay Alive Brazilian House, also people over the last 2 weeks have started to come back. Last night we had a live. We were very careful with social distancing, and it was by standards of new standards, it was a full house. Full house now means 10 to 15 people. When before we could have 50 or when Picolé was here a few years ago, we had 100 people. Okay. Costs don't change, but we cannot be ignorant or irresponsible about this situation. So we're doing our best. Soli and Shili, it's coming back. Everyone's welcome. If you're ever in Japan or if you're here already, come visit us. Everything supports local businesses, right? Okay. So here I am with Samba de Sereia and Capoeira Zoador Academy. And over the last 20 years here, I've seen a lot of problems arise. For example, we had the earthquake. We had the financial crisis. And these are key industries that suffer when the economy doesn't work or when people are afraid to go out. I used to have Capoeira Zoador Academy in Takadanobaba. I had 2 academies with Mestre Linguiça. We had to close because nobody was going out. But here we are now, picking ourselves up from a rasteira from Capoeira, right? And keep moving forward. So I had to look at myself and to see where I am as a Mestre of Capoeira and how I'm leading my businesses forward. Until things change, the events one, that's going to be really hard to promote or move forward. Hopefully by the end of summer or something happens early next year, we can start doing events for the community again. So, hey Giovanni, so what I had to do is understand how can I do what I love to do, which is, which is in my segment of my career that I can say, let's say I have 2 circles. These 2 circles, one's Capoeira Zoador, Luis Chico, e aí, meu irmão? The Capoeira School and the Samba de Sereia. What I needed to think was, how can I start making a fuller picture, inclusive of those 2, connect them more, bring them together, but also fill in the spaces around them to make it a bigger project. What I realized is I had to diversify. And when I say diversify means there's a lot of things now in the world that I never thought about, I never understood. And I think a lot of people are like, oh, that's going to be too much trouble. I don't know about that. Oh, that's not my thing. I'm a capoeira teacher. That doesn't work anymore. For me, anything that I've learned from capoeira is that there's no excuses, right? We get into the roda of capoeira. You chose it, so you cannot whine, you cannot complain. If you don't like it, get out. For me, life is a metaphor of capoeira, of the roda. When I'm in it to win it, right? I'm going to do my best. I'm going to go forward. I'm going to try to play the best capoeira game in my life versus life and create a flow. So I have to diversify. And when I mean diversify is, what are the things around that I can do? So I made myself a chart. Hope you all can see that. With goals. What I did is I said, how can I feed promotion into my businesses, but also have different avenues of income and promotion. So the best way for me to do that was very simple. I got, e aí, Mestre Batata? Saudades, meu irmão. I had to diversify. Being a Capoeira Mestre, unless you're one of the top 5 mestres in the world, good luck. It's hard to make ends meet. Basically, you're making money from your own students. And if you're sick, no classes, no money. If you go traveling, you've got double expenses. So I jumped on YouTube. Guys, there's a lot of things about YouTube that I did not know. Maybe you guys do, but I was ignorant. Okay? I decided I'm going to learn. And it's that simple, because as a master, I believe we have to lead by example constantly. I can never say, oh, I don't know about that. Oh, that's not my thing. I don't want to get involved. No, I got to lead. If I don't do it, then how can I expect other people to be positive and move forward? So I diversified in ways that actually make logical sense in my process and in what I do. I don't have to do anything new. Listen to me. I don't have to do anything new. Everything that I'm diversifying is built on the love of capoeira. Think about that, okay? So, catch up with my notes. First, step 1, number 1, YouTube. Guys, I'm going to say it here. YouTube doesn't pay a lot, but it's an incredible mode to do what I love to do. Guys, I love to teach. And I love to teach capoeira. I love Afro-Brazilian culture. I married this stuff 30 years ago. I've never looked back. I've never cheated on it. I've never done anything to say I don't love what I do. It's my life. It's my career. It's everything I've dedicated myself to. So YouTube, if you learn how to use it a little bit, can also bring in some revenue. Not a lot. Don't think like, oh, you have 1,000 subscribers, you're good. For example, today, I have to do the live here because YouTube is getting more and more organized and more professional and more difficult to do. So they're doing where you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of viewing. Okay, that's the new rule. So until that, I can't do lives on YouTube. I'm recording this live right now on my computer, and I will put it up on YouTube later, okay? On Mestre Vibes. So if you haven't subscribed to Mestre Vibes, please do. It supports the channel, and it will give me more opportunity to do more things. So YouTube, I get to teach, and it promotes. Perfect. Do I do what I love? And does it help me on this side? For example, when I do this, I put www.capoeira.jp. It's promoting my academia. It's promoting capoeira. It's promoting positivity. It's promoting education and philosophy. It's good. Okay? So, number 2, I realized I had to become more interactive with my chosen platforms on social media. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So if you guys have noticed over the last few weeks, I'm getting emails like, a really good friend of mine, Mestre Maxwell in England, goes, you don't stop. You don't stop. I go, well, I got so many friends. We got right now Mestre Batata. I've sat down with Mestre Batata and he could write 100 books on capoeira. We have to put the information out there. I have so much information I want to share, but I didn't think about the concept of teaching through YouTube, right? This isn't stuff that I own, so by putting it out there and getting support back, I can do what I want. Same with Instagram. Not just writing anything that happens, but keeping the people and followers interested. Having an idea how to use those social networks. Remember, I'm going to be 49 soon. I didn't grow up on internet. So a lot of stuff for me, I have to think about, learn about, then produce. So I'm focusing on those 4 mediums, right? Because I don't want to start juggling too much. Maybe later I'll add something. So YouTube to do what I want to do and to create one avenue of revenue. Understanding those avenues of revenue and what are the different ways. For example, people say, oh, everyone's YouTubing, but most people don't know that the rules have changed and you need 1,000 subscribers and things like that, because I didn't know. Good. Number 3, I had to understand all the little sprinkles of chocolate and strawberries on the sundae, all the little extra things that are important. Okay? For example, like me, most Capoeira Mestres have a database in their computer or pictures of hundreds. I have over 300 designs of Capoeira or Brazilian inspired, like this t-shirt. Hundreds. Guys, hundreds of designs that people love and have loved over the last 20 years. Now there's something called print on demand. Okay, I haven't sold anything yet. I'm not saying that it's blowing up, but it gives me the opportunity to share the designs that I own with the world, right? So what was my goal? For example, I'm using Teespring, right? All the links, I'll put it down below. You can check on YouTube, Teespring, what is it? How is it? If you guys have designs out there, or if you're an artist, you can upload. Yeah, it takes a little bit extra work, but everything does. It doesn't do itself, but once you do it a couple times, it's easy. I can turn out an old picture, do it on my computer a little bit, which I didn't know how to do before, and in 15 minutes I can have a new design. Check out Teespring. They recommend that you make a good profit. My goal is I'm making very little profit for each thing. I'm trying to keep it between $2 to $3 is what I get for each shirt or each article sold. I'm telling you guys the truth because there's no point in lying, right? And for example, if I sell 10 t-shirts, I get $30. Sell 20 t-shirts, I get $60. Guys, it adds up. It's another avenue. Also, my dream, I want to see people on the internet wearing my designs. That's my ego right there. I want to see the world wearing my designs. But now in modern technology, you can use things such as print on demand, which is you send the design, they put it on their homepage, you promote it, then you sell it, they sell it, you have no responsibility, and then they pay you. I don't have to print t-shirts anymore. I don't have to make things anymore. They do it all, but I am responsible for the marketing and promotion. I'll list my shop, but also the link to a good video here on YouTube on what Teespring is, right? What Teespring is. So you can check it out. That's one avenue. Me also, as a person who loves to read, I have got a library here of 200-300 books. In my iPad, I had another 150 Kindle books, digital books. And a lot of times people always ask me, oh, Mestre, can you recommend a book about capoeira? Can you recommend a book about Afro-Brazilian culture? Can you recommend a book about the Brazilian experience in Japan? And I do. But now I want to do that on YouTube and put that out there. And I'm going to use something called Amazon affiliates. Again, somebody uses the link. I put it at the bottom of my video. For example, I say, okay, the first book I'm going to do is Mestre Acordion's book, so hold on a little bit, which is an incredible book, but I'll put the link. If you go through the link and go into Amazon and you buy the book or something else within 24 hours through that link, I get a percentage. Why am I doing this? Because you're thinking, oh, well, it's not worth $2. No, the Teespring and the Amazon affiliates makes my recommendations and my designs available to the world. I have gone globally with being able to promote what I do. a natural extension. All those t-shirts I made just for students, now I can make available to everybody in the world. 200 people buy 200 t-shirts. 200 people buy 200 coffee mugs. 200 ladies buy the Samba de Sereia. We have the Samba de Sereia logo on what do they call it? Training pants, right? It adds up to my income. It's another avenue of income, and it's something that I like to do. Okay? I'm not inventing anything new. I'm just expanding the channels of what I do. Some people are using online service where people pay money and they get to do, for example, today I'm going to show you Birimbau, Angola. But if you go to my site, you can get a little bit more information. For me, I would love to do that, but I don't know, it just doesn't feel right for me if I'm doing YouTube plus that, for me. But that's also one avenue you could follow. What I am going to do, because I've been studying, is I realized that you can put a donation on About Me. So I'm going to change my YouTube a little bit. And when you go to a video, in the link, it'll have support us or donate to support Mestre Vibes. People can donate $1, $2 if you like the video. And here's something I want you guys to remember. Everything today on YouTube is super free and super access, but it's not free to do. Okay? Although I put YouTube out there and it's free for you, it's not free for me to do. Right? It takes my time, it takes the education I've involved, all my experience. So if you'd like to support, I'll have a donation link and you can always do that. When I was younger, I don't know if everybody remembers, I'm sure we got a lot of mestres watching right now, a lot of great people. There was some videos called Panther Productions, and several mestres, I believe it was Mestre Amen, and people would, those things were like, I mean, for people who love capoeira, those were like the Bible back in the day. Big video cassettes, right? VHS. And they were like $50 a video or $40 a video back then. And if I could learn one thing from the video, I thought it was worth the value. So think about it. Let's be careful of de-evaluating just because it's free. All right? So we've got the YouTube avenue. I've got the YouTube avenue. I've got the Teesprings merchandise apparel. I've got the Amazon affiliates. And I've got the Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter going. And hopefully a couple more things like the donation. Why? Because like it or not, what I do, I need to get paid for or make some form of money. There is nothing wrong with getting paid for what you love to do, first and foremost, right? So, when I get back to this, Samba de Sereia, Capoeira Zoador. With Mestre Vibes, I promote more. It connects these two things and promotes them. At the same time, I'm going to do print on demand, Amazon affiliates. Plus, I'm aware of how many people are watching me now, right? I had no idea that Instagram had more than 600 followers on Instagram, 3,000 followers on Facebook almost, 500-600 people on Twitter. I don't know about you, but that's incredibly humbling. I'm sorry I'm not the generation where internet is so easy to understand. I was shocked that people are watching what I'm doing. So I promise you guys, I promise you from the bottom of my heart, I will try to do the best that I can with the most positive information and support and help to grow capoeira because I love it, right? So that's for today, what I wanted to talk about. If some people have some questions, I'd open it up. I want to say hello to the people who said hello. Maquina Palmares. Hey, how you doing? Great. Grande abraço. Apito, Emmanuel, people watching. Jorge Pais. Hey, mijo. Hope everything's good. People all over the world sending email. If you guys have some questions, please let me know. I've got people who are watching who I know are yoga teachers. Guys, if you have any questions, I'm right here. I'm more than happy to show. Everything I did, I'm willing to share. Why? Because I don't own anything. No, you can't copy my t-shirts design and whatnot. Of course, that's illegal, but you can do your own stuff. The reason I wanted to do this Facebook Live today is because I wanted to inspire people. The last 3 months, being a teacher of capoeira and doing like Zoom online and seeing the faces of my students and the how much we missed each other, and just, a lot of the kids come in, I kiss them on the forehead, I give them hugs, and I can't do that. It's taking away exactly who I am and why I chose this career path. We need to remember that this pandemic of COVID-19 will eventually end. We have to be ready. The stay at home in Japan finished. It's still slow. But I showed you guys, don't waste your time. Be ready for when it's over. Be ready to create other avenues of support for yourself. Okay? For me, as a Mestre of Capoeira, I believe that the word Mestre equals lead by example and make no excuses. Portuguese, você tem que correr atrás. You have to do everything. You have to chase everything. And I hope that this live today is able to make people a little bit more, okay, I can try. Since it's Facebook, please don't forget to subscribe to Mestre Vibes channel. When this goes on Facebook as a post, I will make sure to put the link for Mestre Vibes. Make your comments. Let's make it an interactive site. Invite me to your sites that you want to talk about. I'd be more than happy to comment on any videos. If we're going to grow our community, our world community of capoeira, our world community of positive people doing things, we need to leave the ego aside, and we need to support each other, and we need to move forward. There's not so many questions, so I'm going to leave it at that. I got to get ready in an hour. I got to open the restaurant. Mestre Linguiça's already over there. I hope you guys checked out his video from when he was younger, about 10 years ago, doing a video on berimbau in Japanese. If you guys want me to cover any topic, if you guys have any questions, I have nothing but the capoeira that God gave me. Ashe, Mestre Vibes here on Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Ashe, be safe, but be ready for the future. Mestering 2020 and beyond.